Alright, welcome back to D5 Questing. Today's episode is brought to you by downsizing, because we're all in this together, but there's always room for one less. Over to you, Jacob.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good one. Man, who are we going to get rid of? Who are we going to drop?
I don't know, we're half of people.
Richard?
There's already one less here.
Drop Richard? I know, and you guys got 3 more coming. So we during our break, it was a week for you guys, quick seconds for us, which is nice. We had lunch, good lunch. But during the break, we kind of discussed the previous episode last week, episode 2, and man, that was an interesting episode, and we realized that there's a lot that we don't know about Pathfinder, which is all right because I mean, if you've seen the Pathfinder core rule book, that thing is a beast. It's like 650 pages.
It's hefty.
Yeah.
It is thick. THICC. I put it up next to a building code book, and the code book was smaller. So you tell me. All right, so yeah, there's a lot to know. There's a lot to understand, and as we said before, we're all coming from different backgrounds as far as role playing. So I called for a passive perception check during the last episode, which apparently isn't a thing in Pathfinder, which is fine. So like I said, we're gonna go through and do things as we learn as a group together. So if you have any feedback for things, if you're yelling at your earbuds or your radio or your computer, I don't know why we'd be on the radio.
You're gonna wait 7 more episodes before it gets fixed.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot minute. So that being
So
said,
enjoy the slog of anger.
So that being said, if you have some feedback for us, let us know. If you don't have feedback for us, enjoy the show. But we'll do our best to make sure that we're playing accurately according to the rules. That being said, Jake took some notes about what we did wrong and how we're gonna try our best to fix it. So turn it over to Jake.
So a few of the things that we noticed, just going forward, that we're definitely trying to get used to is the 3 actions inside of all the modes.
Super different.
Yeah, it is a very different animal. And so for a while, you're probably going to feel pretty frustrated that we're trying to figure out what to do inside of combat. And that really affected our RP in combat. I think that became real clear. But I think as we start to recognize more and more what the 3 actions look like and what we can take within those, we'll really change that. We've studied up on some of it. Hopefully, we'll be a little faster on it. A few things, recognize it with the spells, how spell attack works now. I'm sure that frustrated somebody out there.
I'm sure there was a large portion of our audience yelling.
And yes, we did figure out what immobilize means. I know somebody's probably screaming that too.
I don't know. I think trying to figure it out on the fly. I think we did a decent job.
Yeah, I mean, so that people know, just like what Jacob was saying, was we are not going to let it go to a point where it's impacting us so much that we're stopping and looking through books. But we are more than happy to, in between, to take a second and figure out what's going on, especially if you guys send us something about it. Some of the other things that we figured out was pretty much just how to use our skill checks correctly and how to provide aid or not aid to others. And then basically how our own personal attacks and strikes and striding works. So I think we'll see some skipping up. Anyways. Oh yeah, and then how resting works. We talked about that too, because I understand that inside of our resting, none of that worked correctly during our surprise attack.
But hey, that's just how it goes.
That is how it goes, and if it happens again, know that we understand that we screwed up, and we're doing it again.
Yeah, we said it clear back episode 1. Wait, you guys remember way back then? Episode 1, we said we're doing this podcast for us to hang out and play a game, and the podcast itself is for the spouses and you guys. So yeah, I'm here just to have a good time.
Yeah, enjoy the homebrew madness.
Yeah, with that being said, welcome to one more hour of hell.
Some people enjoy it.
Mordax is having a good time. All right, so quick recap of last week's episode. Last week, they hanging out at the North Stables, not the South Stables, North Stables, and Richard, good old Richard, came and hastily said, "We got to get out here." So the party departed Riverbend and took off along the trail. And the farther away from Riverbend the party got, the more relaxed Richard became. We learned a little bit about Richard's backstory, kind of what makes him him. It's he's gone through some stuff. He's had a past, but don't we all?
They got stabbed.
And he almost didn't have a future. So you made it through.
Well, he may not.
You're still out.
That's yet to be determined. Don't worry, we'll take care of his family.
So they journey. They take the main road up the north on the way to Prapa, and get a few hours outside of town, and then decide to start cutting through the forest to the south to this tribe that we're going to, the Stoneform Tribe. They set up camp and set up watch, and Richard got jumped by a giant viper. So
Big old snake.
He's a big old boy. So he got bit by a snake. The party immediately jumped to their feet and ran to the rescue. And as of right now, he's not dead. But we'll see where it goes with that. They successfully fought off the snake, and I believe when we left, we heard our unnamed gentleman from the village coming up, and Rav was going to try and harvest this thing with the poison sac.
Yeah, I was looking to grab that viper's good fang and venom sac inside of it. So on that note,
How far off are we from this camp?
From the camp?
Yeah.
Oh, you're still in the camp.
We're right here.
No, I meant. Sorry.
Oh, so
a day's walk.
yeah. So Richard said it'd take 2 or 3 days, and this is the end of the first day of travel.
And these ding dongs have followed us out here.
They're good, man.
Their survival skills better than ours.
Well, you also have to remember though that we went up before we cut down,
That's true.
so they could have just gone straight in.
How did they find it?
Then why did we cut? Man, Richard's got some explaining to do.
They'd only be a few hours behind us because we told them they were going to the other end of town, and we took off.
That's true.
So,
And it was raining. So
Fishy.
muddy tracks.
You got a high level wizard with him?
Don't know when you're gonna have a chance to ask him here in a second.
so what do you think? Nature or survival check for?
I do nature.
A nature check for?
Harvesting.
Nature.
Yeah.
Nature.
So we're gonna go 18.
18.
Neato.
What'd you do that with? Some bare hands?
Yeah.
No, I have a dagger for a little work like that. So.
Yeah, give us some RP on that.
So
How do you defang a snake?
So I wasn't gonna defang the snake so much as go in, hold it by the fangs, gently slice up beside the fangs so I could bring out the tubule that has the venom sac attached to it, and then once I have that exposed, gently extract all that as one unit.
All right.
He at least sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Know what you're gonna do here. All right. Yeah, you successfully do it, and go ahead and add 1 giant viper fang and poison sac to your inventory.
It's an actual item.
Is it really?
So he can just count that as a lesson roll. Mhm.
Carries what?
And if you look in your gear or whatever.
Write it down on your sheet.
Yeah, I was gonna put in with my other items.
You can get like a lesser acid flask or something.
So, as you guys are sitting there, you see that there are 2 guards flanking this unnamed villager towards where you're at. What do you do?
I'm sticking around the back because I lied to that dude. I'm gonna hang out by that snake and start to like skin it or something.
I'm actually going to try and pull back, do a movement to pull back into the woods, a movement to try and conceal, and then my movement to try and hide, if I can.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that.
All right. 27 to pull back to conceal, or whatever. I know that hiding's a two-phase process. I can't remember. To go unnoticed and then to go hidden.
Okay.
That was mine, to go unnoticed, right?
So you kind of fade back into the trees.
Yeah, and so now I'm going to attempt to try and go hidden. That was 13. So, there you go. Whatever that looks like. But either way, that's what I'm doing. So if it was successful or not, that's...
It is in the darkness.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Okay.
I guess that was supposed to be a secret check on your part, huh?
Oh well. That's again, that's part of the whole learning phase of things. I'm putting some more makeshift minis on the board.
They're standing across the fire from all of us, pretty much here.
All right, so they come on to the campsite where you guys were planning on spending the night, and our unnamed friend says, "Yeah, that's him right there. I told you he'd be out here in these here woods. Take him back to the barracks. Take him back to jail, and let's lock this fella up for good. He's causing too much contention." And with that, the two guards start to make their way forward.
Who's he pointing at?
Richard.
So they're on the opposite side of our campsite. How fast are they moving? Do I have time to flank around?
Yeah, you give that a good old shot.
You want to do another sneak?
No, one's good enough.
Rav wants to do a little diplomacy with Richard.
Okay.
That Rav thinks it might be a better thing for Richard to actually go back with him, sit quietly in his cell, and let us take care of what's lying ahead of us.
Do you do it in third person like that?
Just like that.
He just said it. He said that while Richard's staring at him saying that. I mean, you said it in person.
Rav's gonna use diplomacy.
Rav's about to use diplomacy here.
Sorry, man.
What are you talking
A
about?
little too. I understand what you're telling me there.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and what is it? What does that sound like?
So again, I'll. Richard, I think these guys that want to take you back to town, I think you should go with them. It's not too safe where you're already the target of a Viper attack, and he got you pretty good. Might be time for you to go and rest your pitchfork for a bit, and rest up in that cell while we go take care of everything ahead of you.
Does Torvo hear any of this?
I'd imagine not.
So I'm gonna. Awesome. So 17.
17 on that.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear what you're saying, Rav, but this is my family. You know, this is I don't know what would you not do for your family? The only way I'm going back there is if they drag me kicking and screaming.
I understand that, but you gotta look at it. They're coming for you and they're gonna take you by force regardless, and we're not gonna fight the town guards because they haven't done anything against us other than just want to take you back to jail for a bit. And don't worry, we have loved ones we want to protect too, so we're gonna try and do our best to help your family on your behalf.
Okay. Go ahead and make one more diplomacy check.
18.
Yeah, one more better. You're convincing him. All right. I understand what you're saying. I just wish that my pitchfork was able to see some actual enemy blood.
I grab his pitchfork and stab the snake.
Make an attack roll. To a dead body. Okay, do you say anything when you hand it to him?
Here you go. It's now stabbed an enemy.
Was this on a real level? I need to know when I see it. What does that look like from my perspective?
From the goblin on the other side of the bush there.
What does that look like from your perspective?
That's what I want to know. Like, was there?
I guess
was
what
there
are
any loud grunt or like?
What are you watching? Are you watching the guards?
I'm trying to move
forward,
up.
or?
Yeah, so I now am probably more so towards the other dudes than I am our group anymore.
But
I'm looking
look
both
behind.
ways. Yeah, and look behind and just see you
So
raise
all you
it.
see is a pitchfork raised in both hands, going straight down on the snake. So strong that the parts of the snake just lift.
Excellent.
Okay.
But you have a very passive mode about it now. You pull it out and then I just see you pass it back to.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And so hand me the staff here. And so Richard goes like this, and he like half grabs your hand on top of the staff like this, and he goes, thank you, friend.
Don't touch my hand, please.
No. You four truly are the best, the nearest and dearest of friends, and almost gets choked up a little bit.
Don't worry, we'll
Are
find
you
that
coming or
stone
not,
mason.
Richard?
I take a step forward and say,
Where are they?
So he should hear the guards say you coming or
Coming
not.
now. Okay.
and Mordax I'm going to step forward and say, now, what are you going to do with him? Why are you? What has he done to you? This isn't it yet. Yeah. But I don't care what he's done to you. But this is a good man here, and you make sure that he's well taken care of while sitting in not even a cell. Put him in a room. He's a good man.
Probably not doing any such thing. He's caused such a ruckus around town. People are getting scared for their loved ones. Turning to stone. What kind of nonsense talk is that?
All of us have had similar experiences.
I don't like it. I think you're all crazy.
Has anybody got their weapons? Do they have their weapons out at all?
Ooh, good question.
I still have my axes still out.
I would imagine all the rest of us are
My
ready
spear's
still.
on the ground, right?
Right.
I did the extract.
Yeah, you just barely got up from the snake mess
Yeah, so
to this.
Yeah, I put
That's all
the
they're seeing here.
venom
Yeah.
sack way up. I got my dagger in my hand, and that's like
He's
it.
got a dagger in one
So-
hand, fang in the other.
What about these gents coming in?
So the one's got a bow.
Is it ready?
as shown.
Does he have an arrow knocked and stuff?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. And they both have swords, but the one guy with just a sword
Uh-huh.
has his hand on the hilt.
I guess I got a sense motive here.
And
Should
this,
I-
the other
can I do
farmer,
that?
the
I don't think
accuser.
sense motive is a skill.
I think that's just perception now.
Yeah, which is too bad because I really like sense motive. Heck, we'll do it anyways.
Because I want to be able to make sure if I'm not going to be able to read their situation correctly. I think that would be...
It's a peaceable transfer,
yeah.
and then you
And
just,
I'm just
come running out.
crack! Snap someone's neck. You know.
All right,
Alright.
so what would a sense motive be? Strength?
No, I think
How
it's
strong are
straight
your
perception. That
That's fair. We'll call it a sense motive check because that's
Okay.
something that I've said a lot
just
in
to
my
read
previous
this.
games.
I know that when I was looking at social stuff, you would use perception to.
I really like how we started this episode by saying we're gonna try and do better, and now I'm like, but we're gonna not do better in this
Right.
one.
All right, I got an 11.
Yeah, you can't read the room.
So I don't know if they're being
You're not.
aggressive or not.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Excellent.
It
All
could
right.
be going
But
either
you
way
hear
at this
me.
point.
I'm
You
going
hear
to-
me though.
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
I said it pretty loud.
You
Because,
said
they're-
all I'm hearing you say is "What's your biz?" You know.
Yeah, because they're talking across the fire over here.
So because of that I don't know what's necessarily still going on, I'm readying an action that anything that seems to me that is going to be an aggressive action, i.e. they ready a weapon or knock an arrow, anything like that, that where it seems that they're readying a fighting action, I will attack that person in a grapple. That's what I want to do.
Okay,
So
that's fair. I get on board with that. Yeah. So back to your comment, Reed. I would say that Torvo heard your comment, but can't get a good read on the guards, and that represents the.
right, that's what I think it is. I don't think I'm having an issue with our group.
Yeah, you understand that we're
I
trying
understand
to
what
be
he's doing,
peaceable
yeah.
here, but the guard's not necessary.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing.
There's a thumbs up for that.
Hard to see through the trees. Dark vision.
The fire's playing.
Yeah, right?
All right. So, did you guys want to ask the guards anything?
Oh, I just want to talk to him real quick.
I know you guys had some strong questions for him earlier. Hey, how'd you find us anyway?
Actually, I was going to ask that too.
On a side note, no, he's probably going to get locked up and at least spend the night, maybe 2 or 3. The rest of his miserable life.
Listen to me here. I mean, his claims aren't unprovable. You can go to his house. You can see his family for yourselves.
What do you think this is? Half elf, some sort of democracy?
Oh, I'm not claiming democracy at all, no.
This here, especially out in these woods, the 3 of us are the law.
Oh, I'm just trying to reason, that's all.
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Great.
He basically just said,
4.
you want to come get him?
That's what I heard us out here are the law. I don't know, man. Feeling pretty aggressive.
You coming or not, Richard?
You better go, Dickie boy.
So Richard puts his hand on your shoulder.
Don't touch my shoulder, please.
Sorry, I just don't have very many friends, you know. One more time.
Now you take care of him. He's just been bit by a snake.
And he uses his prized pitchfork to kind of hobble along over there, and so the 2 guards turn and start walking out past our unnamed villager. He has a name, by the way. Just say I'm not.
None of us asked.
None of us.
I don't give a crap.
Okay. I just wanted to point it out. That
Look, I really
I'm not
created
being-
these. They're fleshed out, guys.
I'm not being lazy by anonymous.exe. So they start to move, and then Richard hobbles along behind them. If you would move his token up there, please. No, Richard. And then our unnamed dude goes third, and as Richard's passing him, he kicks him in the leg where he got stabbed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well,
Come on, let's go. I said get up.
I come out with a dragon kick towards that guy.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Gosh, everyone.
Dang it!
I'm ready to action.
I know you are. I know.
Can't go back on that.
Gosh dang it.
Initiative is what then?
Perception.
Perception plus.
Plus whatever you roll.
Okay.
All right. So
Now I'm going in for a grapple, right? So I mean, like, I guess I just said dragon kick, but
Yeah.
I did say, but I ready to grapple, so I'm going in for a grapple.
okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. So
There's still a chance we could talk this out.
Yeah. I'm not about to smash the dude's head into his shoulders.
I could intimidate.
So who got 20 on there?
I got
initiative?
21.
21.
I got 21 too.
24.
Really? Wow, you guys really? I've
So you and I need to roll it down.
roll off.
Nobody bothers to ask me.
Just your
but I
normal
got.
number.
So just assume that I did that.
All right. So who goes first out of you two? All right. Durfee.
Durfee McFadden.
The derf.
Durfster. All right. Anybody
So would
get
they,
less than 20?
I didn't really.
More docs? What'd you get?
9.
More Dax or more Docs?
More Dax.
More diets.
So
More dexterity,
Dax.
if you will.
More Dax the Axe.
That's right. That's right. So what was your initiative? More Dax?
9.
Oh boy. That's more. Those are the numbers I like.
Doesn't mean anything, man.
Re-emphasizing my
Doesn't
point
mean
of-
anything.
Re-emphasizing what our episode was brought to us by in episode 2.
Yeah.
And who was that brought to us by?
It was initiative.
All right. So
Way to take some.
so Torvo, you they're back a little bit farther.
Uh-huh.
Back up too.
But Torvo's right next to the dude.
Yeah.
above.
You're next to this
But he just barely kicked
and
it.
yeah. So Richard's back there by
there too.
Okay.
a non.exe. All right. Torvo.
So real fast, what I didn't make my intentions known, right? So everybody's about to see this just kind of burst out of the woods, right?
Yeah, you just, that's true. You didn't even tell anybody. You just
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody. I just slinked away.
Where's Torvo?
Okay. I just all of a sudden thought about that. I didn't really. Hey guys, I'm gonna catch you at the 7-Eleven. No.
To be fair, we still don't know each other that well.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Well,
I could
here
make
goes.
it. Day.
Yeah. Okay.
So what have you done there? What have you
He's going out for the grapple.
well, the grapple then?
Yeah.
Do we still have a chance here at diplomacy, Mr. GM?
Nothing is out of the realm of possibility.
Yes. Okay. Well, what if I were to intimidate?
We'll see.
You let that other little green feller down. I guess, excuse me, light blue.
Light blue. This is light blue. Kind of a grayish.
Leave me, big bully. So I had a professor once. He taught hydraulics, and for the tests that we had, then he would say, you get a note sheet, and in class leading up to it, we'd always be like, yeah, so what, what can we put on there? And he goes, well, whatever you think's pertinent. And so the day before, then we'd have a review, and he'd be like, so you guys have any questions? And we're like, so would it be a good idea if we put this on our card, like this table or, this equation? And whatever you'd ask, you'd be like, if you think it's important, you should put it on there. And it's like, oh, boy. So, Reed, if you think you have a shot at diplomacy, you try for diplomacy. Oh, if you think you have a shot for intimidation, you intimidate. But I think Torvo is...
Do I have to wait for all the way for my initiative?
Yep.
So this grapple goes against.
No, wait.
Grapple goes against the other person's fortitude. DC.
Really?
Yep.
So it's a fortitude save?
That's a fortitude save versus my skill check.
All right, good luck.
Yeah, no, this is like he's cranking a 20.
I believe.
Well, yeah, 2.
Really?
Looked cocked to me. I think that was a cocked die.
3, 5. I got about a 5. 5 in that bad boy.
Oh.
So I jumped out of the. Yeah!
out of the bushes.
I didn't even. Normally, I'm more composed than that.
Please let him think it was a scare tactic.
Yeah.
Maybe just grabs and throw him on the ground or something.
The villager just coolly steps to the side, and
I think I get a bonus on ready to action. I think that.
yeah. Well, the way that I've been doing it is, this is the surprise round basically. Was what's going on, and so you get to act before everybody else. So the villager steps to the side, laughs, and says,
Was that a critical? What? I apologize. I'm jumping right down your throat with this. Was that a critical fail?
"What did you roll?"
5.
I thought you rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2, but together with because I used my athletics.
Right. So
Grand total, it was 5.
and compared to my 19 over here,
That is a critical
That is
failure.
a critical fail.
just because it's offset by more than 10.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Well, this. I think this will suffice as a critical fail. So the villager steps to the side, turns, laughs a little bit, and says, we could see you the whole time. You weren't sneaking one little bit."
Well, that would seem evident.
Now, if you don't mind, we're gonna take this little dirtbag over here, and we'll just leave now if you don't mind. Get up, Richard. Let's go.
Good luck, Richard.
I still bite your nails off. I will take you out. I will not say.
He does the same thing
Hold me
again,
back, everybody.
where he just kind of waves
Hold me
off,
back.
and they walk off into the dark forest, unhindered.
Yeah.
All right.
I would imagine I'm in the mud at the moment, So.
I picked up a rock.
Rav walks over to our little buddy there facing the mud, Torvo, and helps pick him up. Casts prestidigitation and tends to clean him up a little bit.
You're off me.
Meanwhile, Durfee wanders over. What in the hell were you thinking?
I thought I was going to be a hero there. My appreciation's Rav. Next time I'll let you guys know.
All right, so do you guys make any attempt to follow, or you just kind of...
No, I mean, at this point we know they're going back to the city, so we at least know where he's going to go, right? Like,
Yeah, they're taking him back. He'll be somewhat safe, even though they might abuse him. But at least he'll be safe back there, and we know where we're heading. So, right?
Yeah. I feel that he'll probably fail a lot more, with a lot of his stealth check. We're just gonna have a whole problem with Richard on with us there.
Okay.
yeah, right.
This might be for the best.
I want to
Leave him
go.
be.
I'm going to go over to the snake and just do a track on it real quick, just to see
Do a what?
a tracking, just to see did it
Oh,
come
tracking,
from?
okay.
Yeah, did it come from the direction that we were thinking, or does it look like it naturally just came across our camp?
Good old Track City.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if it was.
Can I go ahead and roll survival check?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll lore snake.
Yeah, right.
So just so everyone knows here, the soldiers and the farmer that came into the camp came in from the west because they would have come in while we were traveling south. They came in from the west. The snake, essentially where he appeared behind Richard, was supposedly from the east, at least from the east of the side of that campsite.
Right, but if
I can
he's
buy
stalking, he can stalk around the camp if it was stalking.
That's true. He just came into the campsite on the east side.
Go ahead,
So
go ahead and put a compass point on that map. Tell me which way is north.
So everyone at home knows where north is.
Good luck writing an N upside down. We should
So-
take a picture of this for the viewers at home. Boy, that is a real sad looking board. We have a whiteboard with D4s representing most of the characters.
I'm happy with my D4. Thank you.
It's a good thing we're not making a video.
12 for that tracking.
Yeah, the fact that it was a large viper definitely helped in your tracking abilities. So you look at it, and I mean, if you want, you can kind of follow the tracks, but it doesn't look like it was necessarily sent from anywhere, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
It's not making a beeline from someplace.
that's really what I want to know, is whether it was a direct route.
Saruman didn't conjure it,
Okay,
if that's what you're
all right.
wondering.
I was looking for the eye, and he figured it out.
Copyright.
Excuse me.
It's still nightfall, isn't it?
Didn't conjure it. It is still dark.
Okay. I'm gonna go cut some meat off of that snake and cook it over the fire.
Rav wants to peel off the rest of the skin, if it hasn't been skinned out completely already, for some mighty fine tanning.
It's got some giant puncture holes in it.
Yeah.
From a pitchfork.
Giant viper? That thing is going to be monstrous for skin, so...
Oh my goodness.
Being as it's
Yeah, I hope you were ready for us to just skin every animal soon after.
It's not what I was expecting.
being as it's
Hey, man, that's gonna be like a bulk 12.
Take it for food.
Yeah, well,
It's food.
good meal.
and being as it's still first watch, I'll go back out and keep watching.
Yeah, we have to still get our rest, or else we're gonna be unrested.
Fatigued.
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll be fatigued.
All right, so Durfee make a survival check, and Rav go ahead and make a thievery check for stealing the hide off that snake.
I was going to say I have, yeah, I guess that'd be for later.
No,
Do you want nature for that? No?
I would use
Yeah,
survival.
what are you
for
gonna
it.
do, man?
Either way, it's the same.
Snakes just
I got an
gonna be
8.
like, "Hey, what are you
I'll let you know
That
if
would
I
be an
don't.
18.
I wonder if there
Alright.
is a check for skinning.
So Durfee, you I don't think you've ever have you ever got meat off a snake before? It doesn't look like it with that 8.
Not my finest work.
And so you get enough for enough for 2 meals, we'll say.
Okay.
The rest of it you just kind of
Mutilate.
you know how like when you thaw some chicken breasts, how you try and cut the fat off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's basically like you did that, but you cut off half of the chicken
Oh,
with
gotcha.
the fat. And you're like,
Gotcha.
yo, that's not usable. Can't use that.
To be fair, it's dark outside.
Okay, and what did you?
That was an 18 for my check.
Okay, go. You successfully skin that snake. It takes. It's going to take more than just
Let me show what you're doing.
a little bit though. So you're going to be at it for a while.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be out of the for a while yet.
Probably 4 hours, I'd say.
That'll be a good.
So if you want to dedicate 4 hours to skinning a snake,
Of your rest time.
yep,
4 hours to skin out a snake?
it's a giant viper.
So?
It's the middle of the night.
Can't see.
You're a human.
Go ahead and roll on
At
it.
campfire.
I'll make you a deal.
Yeah.
It can either be better or worse. If you wanna go down this road.
No.
No. Listen to my proposal.
Okay.
You can roll a d6, and that's how many hours it takes.
Oh.
You got profession tanner. Is that, you do?
Yeah.
Really?
Let's roll.
Haven't rolled D4.
Do you have profession tanner?
Yeah.
Where
Oh
did
my
that come
gosh.
from?
That was
You can
part of
take
my
it.
backstory.
You can take it, yeah.
Oh.
There's profession trapper,
Oh, I see. What you're
craft
saying. I see what
leather.
you're saying.
Yeah, I just did. It's
I
hilarious.
thought that was
you
like your
actually have
background.
tanner.
I was like,
Yeah, I actually have artisan tools.
Well,
for
there you go.
Doing the 2 different jobs of.
all right.
I gotta know, man. We gotta figure out what the bulk on that would be, though.
Figure it out later.
What'd you get on that
Yeah,
d6?
for real.
I haven't rolled it yet. You still want me to roll it?
You
Yeah,
gotta mix
oh,
your
yeah.
sled out
I
of
love
bones,
this. I
too.
love this.
6. I'm up all night.
Well, this is only the beginning.
Or do you just shred the skin and get like half if it's a critical, if it's just a failure? Or
Well, that I said roll.
Well, he went it for hours.
Roll for how many hours it takes you to
Okay.
skin.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Because he rolled an 18 on the.
Oh, so it was successful no matter what. You're gonna skin.
Yeah,
it.
we were just rolling to see how long it takes
Yeah.
to skin.
Well,
snake.
enjoy your fatigue, man.
So it turns out none of us have skinned a giant viper in real life before, or any snake for that matter. So
False. I've done that.
are you really?
Yeah.
You're right.
In any case,
It's like, where do you think I got this belt?
How you think I made these boots?
All right, so Mordex, you're out and about. Go ahead and make a perception check.
ooh, okay, because I'm so good at my perception. Yeah, solid 9.
Yeah. Everything
This is
seems
garbage,
just
man.
fine.
I do have eye, dark vision. If that helps.
Yeah.
Which is why you're not taking penalties. I tell you what, though, it is. It's awful dark out there. Doesn't bother you none, but everything seems fine.
Cool.
Okay, all right.
Everything seems fine.
Wasn't the
Well-
next check supposed to be Rob?
What'd you guys?
Wasn't he the next check? You were the next
Yeah,
guy.
Brian,
Watch.
the Next guy to go out.
For what?
For
the
what?
check, for
For
your
watch.
Oh.
You're too busy skinning.
Yeah. What's that interaction look like? Right, Rav, you got this?
That's why it took 6 hours.
Mhm.
That's why it takes 6 hours.
All right.
Maybe.
So, are you doing anything over there?
Yeah, I'm back to sleeping, man.
Okay. All right.
That's first.
You gotta get that sleep.
That's where you go.
All right. So, so the first 2 hours of the watch pass uneventfully. Any exchange as you?
No.
Okay. You just go and nod.
I just go.
Okay. And so now you're on watch now.
Apparently, at the end of my skinning shift.
6 hours?
In between. That's why it took 6 hours.
Yeah.
He stopped to be on his
There we
All right.
go.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 9.
Good luck.
You rolled a 1, I rolled a 7. He's killing me.
Jeez Louise.
All right. Nothing happens. Who had next watch?
Me.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Hey, alright, 20.
Really? So while you're out and about, kind of making your watch, are you going out and about to make your watch? or
Yeah,
you said
I
main
always
camp?
no. I want to be far enough out. I was thinking at least 50 yards out away from the light, and
Okay.
and stealthing, kind of like passive stealth.
Okay.
I'm not tromping around. I'm moving slowly, taking it seriously.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay. How loud's his skinning over there?
Yeah, that's all you're gonna hear is knife on skin and
Yeah, right?
meat.
Wow.
What are you
that's
talking
what's
about?
up.
That's fat.
25.
All right. So you come across some tracks out in the woods, and you recognize those tracks as hobgoblins.
Okay.
Tracks.
Fresh enough there.
Medium fresh.
What way are they facing?
They are facing south.
Does it look as though they came to the camp and then went back, or
No.
what?
No.
So, like, am I caught at mid stride? So I gotta go with the track or against it?
Yes. If I understand what you're saying, then yes. So
Well, the hobgoblin's not standing in front of me, so it's
Oh,
gotta
okay.
be somewhere.
yeah. So you come upon the tracks, but you don't see the hobgoblin.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's going from the north to the south, and you don't see it anywhere.
Okay. I'm gonna track it as far as it would go to where the camp becomes almost an uncomfortable. I'd go almost a football length tracking.
Okay. Okay.
So
A football or football field?
football field. That's what. Yeah. Right.
I go
Nope.
12
Okay,
inches.
100 yards.
Looks
Yeah.
like we're good.
So I'll track it that far.
All right. Go ahead and make another survival check.
Another survival. I get an hour on that, man.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Like something hardcore like that. I was just reading it.
No, that's fine. If that's cool. So yeah, you
Yeah.
track it, and the tracks just kind of make a meandering southward motion.
It's a drunken hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Not that meandering.
Continue following the tracks at half their speed without attempting an additional check for up to an hour.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, so
so
they're fresh enough that they're within 24 hours.
okay. And then once I get to the edge of where I thought anything,
They
can I
just
see
keep- they
the
just keep
distance? There's nothing that I can see in that point.
No firelight or anything along those lines.
Okay. Then I'm gonna pull back and continue my watch, and then
You come back to the camp,
uh-huh.
and they've all been turned to stone.
Dun.
Pick it up there. Just kidding. Go ahead and finish out the rest of your watch. Nothing
Okay.
else.
And then I let Durfee know what I found and told him in the morning I'll show everybody the tracks as long as just to be alert. But it wasn't anytime easier.
Okay.
Alright,
Sounds good.
Durfee on duty.
I found some tracks. I'll tell you about it in the morning.
This is Deputy Durfee on duty. Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. Do you try and go and look at the tracks at all, or?
I'm gonna look for other things. I'm just gonna keep looking around.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna keep looking for other things. I trust them. The tracks are there, and I trust them on how fresh they are. All right. Perception.
Yep.
We are at 20.
Okay. You don't see anything other than what Torvo told you about.
Okay.
So, if you want to wander out that far, you pick up the tracks. You know where they are, and if you follow them at all, then they just kind of do the same thing. Unless you want to follow them farther.
No, I'm not gonna follow any farther. We can save that for the morning. I am gonna look for animal tracking though.
The survival roll if you're looking for animal tracks. And you have low light vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 18.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I'm looking for
Bugbears.
looking for a coyote.
Okay. You don't see any coyote tracks. You see 2 deer tracks walking side by side. Probably lovers.
Love.
If I know anything about deer tracks.
Okay. Well, then I just finish out my watch.
All right. Nothing else happens the rest of the night. So you wake up. You guys want to talk about the tracks at all, or
Yeah.
get hitting the road?
I'll just describe to the group the tracks that I saw. What way was it going?
South.
So, is that where we were headed? Yeah,
Yes.
it is. Yeah. I found some tracks in the middle of the night. They head south. I'm willing to show everybody.
It's true, they're there. I saw them.
Let's go, everybody. Let's go.
We're ready. Let's go.
All right.
There we go.
You guys want to? How do you want to proceed? Do you want to? Because all you have is the village is south, or the tribe is south. It's on a cliff, and you've got those tracks going to the south as well. Do you want to follow the tracks, or?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure.
I say we follow the tracks as far south as they go. If they cut any other direction, we should probably stay true to our course.
I agree with that.
I agree.
All right.
I've nodded in approval.
So the tracks, they head south. You follow them for most of the day, I mean, again, you're just kind of heading straight south. Nothing else really eventful happens throughout the rest of the day, as you're coming up on the area. So all of you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, all of you guys are from the north of Riverbend, right?
Like actual background?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am.
Okay. I think all of you guys are from the north of Riverbend. No, none of you have really been south. Have any of you guys been south?
No.
Okay. Wow. New territory for all of us. All right. Who's got the highest survival check? Who's leading the party? That's what we should do.
I was saying I might have taken a point. I was going to offer it. I got a 21 on my check. I rolled it just now.
All right.
This is survival. You all want to roll for it? Survival check.
I mean,
16.
It'll be clear who can help guide us the fastest, right away.
19.
Okay.
Those are all pretty good scores.
Those are
Yeah.
really good
We all
scores
rolled decent for once when it doesn't really matter.
for once in our lives. Okay. So you guys realize that the sun's getting low, but from what you guys remember of the area, I mean, like I said, none of you have been there, but you've seen maps of the world. You seem to remember that there was a river that ran down along a trail, which you would assume to be the trail that led southward out of Riverbend. That trail that leads to, what is it, Toadstool. You know that trail runs alongside a river, and for part of that it runs alongside a cliff as well. So the river would be on the right, cliff is on the left, if you're heading from Riverbend to Toadstool. Okay, and as you do that, then you come across a stream where a stream's starting. So it's a spring coming up from the ground.
We still following the tracks.
The tracks stop here for a little bit. You look around and you realize that this is probably where the hobgoblin made camp for the night. You see remains of a fire.
There's a whole day ahead of us there.
Yeah, I mean, we're moving at half speed tracking, so.
It's true. You guys want to keep following tracks, follow the stream?
Tracks still going south?
The tracks follow the stream for a little bit.
You know that the stream goes down by the cliffs. You can just follow the stream if you want to.
You have no other lead.
Yeah. It's true. Go back to town and talk to Richard some more. Richard!
Tell us some of your stories.
Following the tracks is as good as anything else.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so you follow some tracks, you follow them down, follow along the stream, probably for 3 or 4 miles, and it starts to get dark, and you realize that the river, or the stream, has kind of grown and gotten a little bit bigger. Not River Point yet, but you see what would be, it's like a giant tree. I don't want to say a landmark, but something that could pass for a landmark. And at that tree, the hobgoblin tracks lead away from the river.
Which direction?
They lead to the east.
East.
Hey, we make camp.
It is starting to get dark.
Yeah, might as well set up camp here at the big giant tree.
Okay. Do you guys pretty much set up camp the same way as the night before?
I'd suggest that we don't have a fire tonight.
Yeah, I'm off for no fire.
Yep.
I don't need a fire.
Fire. Okay. So you guys spend the night, same watch schedule as before, I'd imagine?
We're going to have Rav summon up his Leshy familiar, which is going to be a little wood familiar, kind of like a thick stickman type thing.
Interesting.
And he's going to help keep watch so we can get a little extra sleep.
Okay.
Rav specifically.
Yeah, how's that snake skin treating you?
It's all packed away nice and neat.
Folded up nice.
Be ready for tanning here in a little bit.
Hopefully you find a tannery where you're going.
He carries a portable.
Oh. Okay.
There's one in the tree.
The night passes uneventfully, and you wake up and again nothing out of the ordinary. Go ahead and make perception checks.
17.
13.
12.
All right, Mordex, you hear horses and carriage coming from the south.
The frick? From next to a road?
Getting close to it. Basically, that just tells you that if you keep following the stream, then you're probably going to meet up to that road.
We're close to the road now. I can hear the horses and the carriage.
Okay.
I'm gonna go scout it, see what's going on.
And I stealth off.
Be cautious. We might be close to their camp.
I got a 20 on stealth.
Ooh, well done.
I mean, do I have to hide and then sneak, or can I just go straight to sneak?
You just go straight to sneak. That's fine. Well, where did he go? Okay. As you're sneaking up to the road, you come upon some hobgoblins that are sneaking, watching the road.
From like the other side?
No, so
we're like, they're right here next to me, and I'm like, hey, what's up?
yeah,
And
kind
then-
of. And
and
so
I'm
like,
trying to sneak back.
so like, if the road's here, and you guys are back here, you snuck up this way, and came up on them. So it looks like they're setting up some sort of ambush.
I was coming up behind their ambush.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see the carriage?
No,
Do I
you-
hear it now, or
Yeah, you can hear it now. You don't see the carriage.
do I see the dust or whatever? from
Yeah, you
it?
see the dust, and so it's gone
So
down.
I got
the
enough
road.
time to go back, tell the guys, and then
Yeah, it's gone down the road enough that you can't see the carriage anymore, but you see the dust kind of kicking up from where it was, and based on the hobgoblin's non-movement, you realize that wasn't what they were waiting for.
okay. So can I get a count then? I got a 17 on perception.
17 on perception. Yeah. There are 3 hobgoblins in total.
Okay. Where are they at? Are they all? They're all just on the same side next to each other.
Yeah, kind of. You can tell based off of that. You tell that they initially were like getting ready for the ambush when they heard the wagon coming down, but you gather that because it wasn't what they were waiting for or what they were looking for.
Back down.
Yeah, they kind of just like hang out waiting for the next one to come.
Were they almost to the level of shooting the breeze, or they?
Yeah, they're getting pretty relaxed waiting again for.
Okay. Then I sneak on back and I tell him.
I witnessed 3 goblins up by the road. It seems as though they were waiting for something and the carriage was not it. They're very relaxed.
Did they happen to set up a barricade or something? What were they doing?
It seems as though they were setting an ambush to my perception, but I don't believe that I understand what the full extent would be.
Do you think we should be asking them?
I don't know. It's hobgoblins. I haven't had much of my experience, but I know their language.
Good morning.
What do you guys want to do?
I have no idea. Do you guys want to go and try talking to them, or should we do something else?
I just assume snap their necks.
What do you say we watch them for a minute? See what they do.
Agreed.
Watch the watchers.
We're all going to sneak into position.
Yeah, because we're all sneaky.
Oh, I am.
If you're not feeling relatively stealthy, you can hang back.
Now we can do it.
20. Okay.
Oh, that's sweet. 25 for me.
Oh, no.
17 for me.
Really?
I've got pretty good stealth.
8?
Oh. Hey,
Yeah, I think we
should
go.
on an RP level, are we all? I would assume. I know this is assumption aside, that we all did relatively well enough that we know what not good stealth looks like.
Yeah.
Would we be able to say, "Hey, bro," like Step back for a sec.
We'll call you when you need you.
Kind of late.
Or are we committed to the action and we're just going to follow through? I'm okay with either one. I'm just saying. It seems pretty obvious when somebody's like, crunch, 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 before we're close enough that they don't hear the crunch, but we definitely do.
Well, so like the thing about that is that low roll could either represent a continuous low roll, or it could represent I did good, and at one point I did something as a low roll.
Right.
So in this particular case, it started off good. Off good. So you're kind of committed at this point.
I'm down. I wanted to make sure where our fail-safe was, and clearly we have passed it.
So as you're getting ready to get on the way, you hear a voice from behind you, aka the north.
The what?
The north,
Like, close?
and it's kind of a soft female voice that says, "I wouldn't go that way if I were you."
Stop and
Turn around.
Perception. I got a 21 on perception. Do I see?
So you turn around to the sound of the voice, and you see a tall, slender, elven woman step out from behind a tree.
We all see this.
I don't know.
Yeah. She's not.
Are we close? We're close enough. The hobgoblins wouldn't even know if we stood up right now.
Right.
Okay. Well, then I just basically make
so-
myself known, turn
so-
around and say,
So basically, what it's looking like is you guys have think that you're getting into the sneak mode of things, and so like you crouch down and you take like 2 steps, and then that's when she's like, "I wouldn't go that way if I were you."
And I pop
And so
up.
like
I pop.
if we were watching this from her perspective, it straight up just looks like you guys are like getting ready to sneak, like you're watching little kids try and sneak around.
Well, it becomes clear that she definitely got the drop on us. So,
May I have your intentions, madam?
I pop up and exclaim, "Who the devil are you?"
My name is Caladriel Softleaf of the Stoneform Tribe. Perhaps you've heard of it.
That we have.
we've been looking for you.
You don't have to look very far. This is our land, and here we are. Here I am.
Might we know why you stopped us from observing those hobgoblins?
I don't know what your intent was, but I don't much care for the murder of things, and if it's your prerogative to kill hobgoblins, it's your prerogative and your business. I suppose I can't argue with that, but for me, I just assume not see another creature die.
Your camp doesn't happen to be on a cliff, does it?
My village does, yes, actually.
Oh, interesting.
There's a beautiful view of the sea to the south.
Sounds lovely.
We've had some strange happenings around, and it's affected each of us. We've had someone we care about turn to stone lately. Have you heard about anything like this?
Well, it's definitely something that my tribe does, but we do all of that. How you would say on the up and up. We keep to ourselves up there in the village as much as we can. We try not to go very far from it.
We've had loved ones scattered around the area, and we've even in the nearby village that people have been turned to stone. Is this something that your clan would do?
It's that's the first time I've heard of it. I mean, just as any clan has, they have those that go rogue and go off on their own. Some actually think that of me, that I might one day go off on my own and strike out, but it's probably because of my curious nature. If you'd like, I can take you to the village.
Wait a minute. Before we go to the village, I just have to ask, so you're confirming that these stone figures are actually people?
Oh, I can't say for the stone figures that you are referring to, but
Mason theory survives.
I don't know anything about Mason theories, but there is possibilities for a number of different explanations for your stone figures.
If you wouldn't mind assisting us in our investigation, that would be much appreciated.
I'd love to help however I can. And with that, we're going to end the episode.
All right.
Did we come up with the sign-off?
Yep. D5 out.
D5, yeah.
D5 out.
D5D. So long, Questers.
Peace out, D5.
D5.
D5.